Whether you are a big professional wrestling fan or not, or have been at some point in your life, you know that wrestling is big business. And the world of WWE and pro wrestling on television is also big business. We've heard a lot of deals the last number of years, some very big money deals that have been talked about and batted around and stuff like this. There's also a streaming war going on between behemoths like Warner Brothers, Netflix, Disney, Amazon, stuff like that. And one of the big trends recently has been live streamers or streamers trying to get into live sports. More and more, we've been seeing streamers trying to pick up and make live sports a part of their offerings. Well, now you can add sports entertainment to that, because in what is considered by a lot of people shocking news, Netflix just got Monday Night Raw. This comes to us from Variety, who wrote the following. In a major shakeup, WWE has struck a deal with Netflix that will see its flagship weekly live pro wrestling show being aired exclusively on Netflix beginning in January of 2025, so in 1 year. That will mark the first time in its 3-decade history that Raw has not aired new episodes on a traditional linear television network. The deal, get this, is valued at $500 million per year for 10 years.
Damn.
That is a $5 billion deal. Starting in 2025 to air exclusively on Netflix. This is obviously good for the WWE. That's $500 million in revenue right there every year, even if you just sit at home and smoke weed. But,
all right, I'm in.
How do I do this?
Yeah.
How is this a career path, and how have I not heard about it?
You have my interest and my attention. Let's go.
But I would submit that this is a much bigger win for Netflix. Because in the streaming war, where every little inch and every little angle is huge, Netflix just guaranteed itself that all the wrestling fans...
Damn, he leaned into that one.
They want to watch their Monday Night Raw? They better sign up for one of them Netflix accounts.
Yes, darn it.
Even the cheaper one.
Oh, man.
Because it's going to be there. This is huge for Netflix. This really isn't a WWE story. This is a Netflix story, and this is massive for them. And I think it's kind of a, canary in the coal mine situation where it is telling us what's to come. I think we're going to, in the coming days and weeks, like I said, we've already seen a lot of streamers, but I think we're going to hear about Netflix and other of these big streamers making big moves. We just had an NFL football game not stream on a traditional, or not air on a traditional linear television network. It was only on Peacock. That was, I think, like the first time ever. Mm. And now other games have been on Peacock, but they've also been on NBC or showed elsewhere. But this was big, and I think this is a sign of things to come. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Factor. Get started on your resolutions with Factor so you're ready for the new year. Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery takes the stress out of meal planning and sets you up for success in the new year. Skip the grocery store and prep work, because you know what? Sometimes we just don't feel like prepping our own meals. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. With over 35 meals to choose from per week, including options like keto, calorie smart, vegan, and more, plus over 55 weekly add-ons, you'll have a ton of nutritious and flavorful options to kickstart your resolutions. Forget frantic lunch preps and rushed dinners. Factor's 2-minute meals are your secret weapon in the new year. Fuel up fast with restaurant-quality meals, all delivered right to your door. And Factor now offers loads of snack options like breakfast, smoothies, juices, snacks, and more to keep me going no matter what's on the schedule. It's time to skip the overpriced takeout trap. Factor is cheaper and way more delicious than takeout. And Factor is flexible. Change your order up every week with plans from 4 to 18 meals per week, or pause or reschedule your deliveries anytime. So guys, head to factormeals.com/Campea50 and use the code Campea50 to get 50% off. That's code Campea50 at factormeals.com/Campea50 to get 50% off. Chris, as somebody who, a little bit of a wrestling background yourself.
I love it.
I was stunned, like honestly stunned when I saw this news. What do you take away from this, and who's the biggest winner in this?
I think this is so very smart. The winners are Netflix and me. I only have Peacock, so I can watch wrestling. That's the only reason why I have that.
Really?
I don't use it for anything else. So I think this is a very, very big win. WrestleNomics actually reported back in December of 2023 that one of their Raws drew in 1.562 million views.
Dang. Just like this.
And I know a lot of people think that wrestling is kind of hokey or gimmicky or ridiculous. That's exactly why it's fun. It's unbridled fun and weirdness and wackiness. It is cosplaying with fights. I am here for it. I love it so freaking much. And I think this is a great move for Netflix. I think this is super, super fun to have them doing something live, something that will get people coming back week after week. Because we always talk about here, the whole water cooler aspect of Netflix has been wildly problematic. If you drop an entire season of a show, like You, that's the one I usually kind of refer to, you talk about it that week and then you never talk about it again. And if you're going to be one of those people who jumps on board with a subscription just to watch a show, that binge method works for you to get in and get out, right? While you're doing your free trial or something. This is going to help people stick around, I think, especially at a time when all of these prices are going up on all of your subscriptions. You have to add value. You have to add weekly shows that you're going to watch. And this is a really, really smart move.
Is this the first time that Netflix has done live streaming, live events? Do we know?
They've attempted to with Love is Blind.
Okay.
The reunion show was supposed to be live,
yeah, that
and then
had
that
problems.
got really problematic. Yeah.
Right. But they and the other streamers have already indicated they want to get more into live events and things like this, which is pretty cool. Now, what makes this particularly lucrative and brilliant on Netflix's part is that quite often when we hear about some big expensive movie being a direct-to-streaming movie, we will often ask the question. It's like, okay, that movie that Netflix is making sounds kind of nice. But is anybody who's not already signed up to Netflix going to sign up to Netflix just so they can watch that movie? And usually my answer is no. There's a hell of a lot of people who are not currently Netflix subscribers that are going to become Netflix subscribers because this deal got made. Now, it's kind of weird to talk about a deal like this that doesn't actually take effect for a year. So we're still like a year away. But I mean, this is huge. And I think a really big turning point in the streaming wars. And good on WWE. By the way, little side note, this is kind of fun. Some of you may have remembered this news came out a little while ago that there's one company that now owns WWE and the UFC. Own them together. One company owns them. And they just appointed their newest board of directors member. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is now a member of the board, which means technically he is now Vince McMahon's boss.
You're talking about
in a way.
TKO Group Holdings?
I think, yeah, that's who
Yes.
owns it now. I think they purchased it from Endeavor or something like that.
Ah, it's good to see he landed on his feet.
Yeah, it's good to see that he. I
worried
was
about
worried
him.
about The
God.
Rock there. How's he going to pay his bills?
Somebody with such little work ethic, gosh, it's really.
And so little
rough.
going on.
Yeah.
He's got that new football league too, the UFL, and
No.
stuff
Such
like
a
that.
smart
He's
businessman.
just all over the place. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.